Hey YouTube, Shinobi here with a review of the Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger Gaburevolver. So this is the Henshin gun, transformation gun, Gaburevolver. This is the gun that not only the Kyoryugers use to fight with, it is the one that they use to transform. So here's the gun in Kyoryuger with the Gabutyra and Stymero. Zyudenchi, beast batteries. I'll probably switch it up between Zyudenchi and beast batteries, depending on how I feel that day. Gaburincho up here with all of them. Very cool. This will make like a really cool like Facebook timeline cover thing. Kyoryuger there with the stuff on the back, and once again with the stuff. So, pretty standard box. It's not too big, but it's not small either. So here is the Gaburevolver. Now the Gaburevolver is a play off of words off of Gaburi, which is like to bite or to chomp, and revolver, which is the gun that this is based off of, though it's a double-barreled revolver, but it is a revolver because it's got a little spinny thing. So anyway, stylized after a dinosaur, obviously. You get tail up here, you got the head right here, no legs obviously because it's a gun, it doesn't need legs. But very cool, it's got a nice hefty size. Here's my hand. My hand's kind of small, but you can kind of get an idea. Fit the 3 fingers here, trigger right here, and your thumb back here. Ideally, your thumb would be able to stretch up here and pull this down, like the back trigger. It's not a trigger, I forgot what it's called though, of an actual revolver. But clearly, your thumb isn't going to reach that high. You do have this lever back here, which will unlock the mouth up here. When it's like this, you can move it, but it's stuck. You have to hold down this lever, and then you can raise it up and raise it down. I would prefer to use this open. Now you can open it without the lever right here. I'm not sure if that hurts the toy any, honestly, so I would recommend using the lever when possible. And then close it just like that, like go and unlock in place again. So that's how you open the mouth there. Like I said, this spins, that activates the different sounds. This is a lock for the Gaburu Cannon. Or Gaburu Cannon? Gaburu Cannon. It was Gaburu, I think. Anyway, that unlocks the Gaburicalibur from the lock right here. So you can take that apart. That's what that does. The switch is right here. That's really about it for this. These switches activate the popping out of the batteries, which we'll get into shortly. So, yeah, really not too much to it. It reminds me a lot of the Diend Driver in terms of size and heft, except this is a lot better of a toy. So, without further ado, let's introduce the Zyudenchi, our collectible gimmick of this show. They are about yay big. Let's see, do I got anything to compare it to? Here it is next to a Ranger key, so you can get a rough idea of how tall it is. I know a lot of collectors probably have a Ranger key. And here it is next to a Wizard ring, so you can kind of get a rough idea of how tall these are in your hands. So basically, you have this. It's got the name of the dinosaur on the back, Gabutyra. Again, Gabu and Tyra for Tyrannosaurus. I drop it. And you got these pins right here will tell the revolver which battery you inserted. So it works off of a pin system. And then if you hit the button up here, it switches it up. And it's now a glittery foil sticker, which maybe we can get a better look at. Right there, so you got the dinosaur hanging out in there. And when you press the button again, it flips back. This is glow in the dark. I can't really show it all that well because it's not it's daytime. I got a window open and I got lights, so I can't really show it, but these are glow in the dark, so that's pretty neat as well. Yeah, pretty neat little things. They are smaller than I thought they were going to be, but they still fit comfortably in the hand and they're fun to press and watch it spin and stuff. So it comes with Gabutyra number 1 and Stymero, number 14. More pink Triceratops, even though Stymero isn't a Triceratops. It's only got 1 horn, but it's got a nice little frilly thing. So, basically, all these are kind of color-coded to the Rangers. Obviously, Gabutyra is Red's main Zyudenchi, so that's his. This one is pink because it is stylized after a Triceratops-ish dinosaur, so this is obviously going to go to pink. In the show, they haven't used any besides their main ones, so we don't know if this is actually going to be stuck to pink or whether anyone can use it. It's just pink because. So it'll be interesting to see how that works, but yeah, pretty neat little idea. And no two shades are identical, so I think that's really neat too. So onward with the sounds. So you turn that on, you get the whatever noise that is. And you fire, you get a simple noise. So that's the only sound it makes in this mode. You can spin this, it will do absolutely nothing because there's no batteries inside. Open it up. You get that noise. There's no lights or anything from the front here, so I'm not going to bother pointing it at the screen or anything like that. Take the battery, brave in. The bottom slot will always be for transformations. The additional top slot is for extended final attack combinations. So get Gabutyra, and then you just keep shooting. It doesn't activate a new sound. However, if you spin the barrel, you got the chamber. The chamber. You get the transformation jingle, and it'll go on forever and ever. Pull the trigger. Kind of be a mix of like some sort of epic version of Shinkenger, because it kind of has that same drum beat in the background, but really cool. And obviously you can mix it up. You don't have to use Gabutyra or any of the original 5, because you can pop it out and you can transform with Stymero if you really wanted to. Brave in. Absolutely the same. So if you spin it again, you'll get the final attack noise. A little bit different of a song. It'll say Vamola, or Vamola, rather. It's Portuguese, I think. And then it'll go, like, make a noise. And then it'll say a noise unique to that dinosaur. So this one says, like, Meromeron, or whatever, because it's Stymero. So Meromeron. So that's kind of neat. It makes a different attack little phrase for every Zyudenchi that you put in here. So I think that is really cool. And of course you can mix it up. Let's do Gabutyra's final attack first. Alrighty. So, Gabutyra's is Gaboom, which I think is really cool. But anyway, like I said, you can insert a second battery. So if we insert Stymero up here. So it'll pronounce the 2 dinosaurs. And then if you have 2 in here, it's always going to be an attack noise. So it'll be Vamola Mucho, so it's like super. And then it'll say the first one kind of quieter, it'll just be Gaboom instead of Gaboom! And the second one will be the louder, more upbeat one, the Meromeron stuff. And then you get a longer attack sound. And of course, you can still switch it up further. These actually fire pretty decently from this. I think that's kind of fun. But if you insert Stymero at the bottom and Gabutyra at the top, As you can see, he said Meromeron a little bit more depressing. Not sure why it's like that, but it adds even more different sound combinations, which I think is really cool. This doesn't really do too much else. However, there is one additional sound. Meccha Mucho. I'm not really sure what that's for. I want to say it involves their individual weapons or something. Or something along the lines of that. I'm not entirely sure, but it was in the instructions, so it's a legit feature. I'm just not really sure what it's used for yet. We'll find out in the show soon enough, I'm sure. If anyone knows for sure, let me know in the comments. Go for it. But yeah, that's actually it for this thing. Nothing else without some additional toys. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love weapon changers. I think they're the best changers because they're multifunctional, and that's what rules for me. And I like guns. So this is actually a very cool toy. It's got a lot of heft. This portion up here where all the electronics are is very heavy, so it does give it a lot of feel to it. It fits comfortably in the hand, and it's got so many sounds. There's 23 Zyudenchi that we know are going to be released. There could be more in the second half of the show. Who knows? There is Super Sentai ones getting released, promotional ones. So there is a ton of sounds in here. No idea how many, but there is a ton. And then on top of that, you have a mix and match capability with the Zyudenchi. By being able to put 2 in here, you get multiple different attack phrases. Switch the 2 around, and you get a new attack phrase. So I think that in itself just lends a lot of playability to a toy like this, and I absolutely love it. On top of that, it does have combination features with the Gaburicalibur. Having a lot of problems with these names for some reason. To make the Gaburu Cannon, and that in itself is a monstrosity that's awesome, and we'll take a look at that in the Gaburicalibur review. So with all these Zyudenchi and all these possibilities, this is a toy that you simply, in my opinion, can't pass up. If you're a fan of Kyoryuger, which a lot of people were based off the first episode, then by all means pick this up. You get 2 batteries. Gabutyra will be available with Kyoryuger, so you don't need to pick this up to get Gabutyra. But hey, if you get both, then you have a Gabutyra battery that's extra. And that's cool. So, absolutely stellar release. One that I'm really glad to own. And I can't wait for more from this line. I love the batteries, I love the gun, and just a really fantastic, fantastic toy. So you can check out shukenshinobi.com for latest updates to my reviews and hauls, and of course check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles, a podcast bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible. And of course you can buy this and more Kyoryuger toys at cstoysjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.